I've been outside getting money, I'm on my thug again. Tryna stack a little dub, tryna catch a win. And next time I drop a coupe, it's gonna be a twin turbo. Always been a G, but I ain't never been a herb though. Way I'm switching lanes, it should call.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy Pete. I am back with another episode of the Millennial Mentality Podcast. As you can probably already see, I am here by myself. And that being said, I've got some interesting news, some changes coming to the channel. Nothing bad, all good in all aspects, but definitely going to come as a little bit of a shock probably to most of the people who have been rocking with us from the beginning. And so that being said, let me just get right into it. For those of you who watched last week's episode, you got an update on, where we've been for the last few months, why we took the break that we took, and that, to summarize, was mainly attributed to me opening In the Biz Inc., the tattoo shop that we're in right now and where I work out of on a daily basis. And Nick, being a GC and owning his own construction company, was opening his own office and headquarters for that company, Ignelli Enterprise. And so we took on this space in North Palm, which was super old and outdated. We demoed the entire thing, renovated it basically from the ground up as far as the interior goes. And Nick did a lot of that work, with his own hands. Minimal staff. I helped where I could, which was basically like painting walls and demo. But Nick took the majority of the work on his back and was putting in a lot of hours over the last few months, working his normal job sites during the day and then coming here after the fact to work on getting the office up to speed. And so the last few months for both of us have been pretty hectic as far as Nick doing the construction and the labor to get this place up and running, me helping out where I can while still tattooing every day to, make the money that I could to get this place up and running and fill it with the equipment that I needed. And so, we've both had a lot on our plates, but Nick really hasn't taken his foot off the gas these last few months. He's hired 3 new employees at the start of this year, which, takes up a lot of his time. And he's really been putting a lot of focus and effort into getting those people up to speed and getting the company just, where it needs to be sustainable and continue to grow. I'm a little more fortunate with my industry and the fact that I control my schedule a lot more. It's a little more laid back, and I've got a significant amount more time to dedicate to this podcast and just, less stress probably in general, definitely in general, than what Nick has on his plate. But, it's all good, and Nick being busy is what Nick wants, and that's good for his business and, keeps him making money and putting food on the table for him and his employees. So, this isn't like necessarily negative news. But, the gist of what I'm saying is, Nick has decided to take a step back from the podcast. I'm going to be kind of taking over the role as, head host, where I think it was pretty clear that Nick always kind of was taking the lead on the episodes, and I would sort of chime in where I felt like I could add value. And I'm going to be bringing on another co-host. And I'm still going to kind of leave that as a surprise for now. I think I want to keep you guys in the dark until next Monday and just wait and show you who it's going to be that is with me. But it's someone who He's been on a podcast in the past as a guest, and this is a guy that I've been friends with for a long time. Him and I have, just so much in common. We gel really well together, and I think our chemistry will be really fun on camera and kind of just transition pretty seamlessly into, what Nick and I have started. And I'm excited for it, as sad as I am to see Nick kind of take a step back. I think this will be a nice little, rejuvenation for season 2. You have someone fresh in here who's excited and eager to be a part of the brand. And I'm excited to sort of take more of a head-on role. And, we'll get right back to our old format. Next week it's probably just going to be me and him, so we can kind of get you introduced and get you up to speed with the changes that are going to be taking place. But after that, we'll get right back to bringing guests on so they can share their story and drop knowledge on all of us. So it's not like this is going to be a huge structure change. It's really just, Nick is going to be taking a step back, and we're going to be bringing someone else in here to fill that role. But that being said, Nick is always welcome to, come on the show whenever he wants, and he knows this. We've talked about it in depth already. He'll probably be popping in from time to time when he does feel like he's caught up or when he has the energy to do so. But he just, right now is not the right time in his life. He's putting a lot of energy and effort into the business, which we can only respect. So that being said, we're excited for the future. We appreciate you guys who have supported us up until this point, have been rocking with us from the beginning. Those of you who are just, new to the channel, thank you so much for coming and joining. Please like and subscribe. And we're really excited for the stuff that we have coming down the pipeline. I think this is only going to be, a positive change. It's something that we've preached the whole time, Nick and I, ever since starting this podcast, was, it's something that we do because we love it and it's fun and it doesn't feel like work. And I think for Nick, it was kind of getting to that point where he's got so much on his plate when it comes to his, his real business and his real job, that this started to feel like a chore, and it did feel like work because it was not necessarily how we wanted to spend his downtime because he only has so much of it. And the guy's just exhausted at the end of the day. And, with having a bunch of employees, you're, delegating and talking and answering questions all day. And I think the last thing he felt like doing was ending his workday by talking for another hour or two on camera. So, can't emphasize it enough. It's all love for Nick. This podcast wouldn't exist without him. But we're going to be making a little bit of a transition into a new cast, me and my new co-host, which you guys will learn about next week. And I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be fun. It'll be a nice little change of pace. And otherwise, we'll stick to the script and get back to bringing on our guests and sharing stories and shooting the shit. So thank you guys again so much. Please like and subscribe. Please continue to support the channel. Please tune in next week to see who it is that I'm going to be bringing on with me. And thank you so much. It means the world. This last year and a half of doing this has really been amazing. We've made so many cool relationships, learned so much in the process, and the support has really been overwhelming. So thank you so much. And we will see you next Monday. Peace.
But I've been outside getting money, I'm on my thug again. Tryna stack a little dub, tryna catch a win. And next time I drop a coupe, it's gonna be a twin turbo. Always been a G, but I ain't never been a herb though. Way I'm switching lanes.